Thank you so much, Neil. I feel like saying to start that you've stolen all my jokes. As Neil said, I'm Sonja Hyland. I'm the Deputy Secretary General of the Department of Foreign Affairs in Dublin, and really delighted to join you this evening as you celebrate the Irish America Business 100 Awards. It's a real honour for me to be here. I will say what I promise will be a very few and very short remarks on behalf of the Government of Ireland this evening. First of all, a huge thank you to Patricia Harty and to Neil O'Dowd for so kindly hosting this event and for inviting me to speak. And I've been in the department for about almost 28 years. And every time I've come to New York on various different types of business and through successive consul generals here in New York, I've heard about Irish America magazine and just how important a publication it is. Tonight, I'm joined by our Consul General, Helena Nolan, and both Helena, but many other Consul Generals over the years have, I think, impressed upon me and upon so many others who visited New York, the central place that the Irish America magazine has in the community here. And Patricia and to Neil, thank you so much for your commitment to giving a voice to our community in the US and for telling the incredible and inspiring stories of so many Irish men and women who have shaped modern America and who continue to do so. And Neil, you mentioned, what would Ireland be without the Irish diaspora? And looking around this room tonight, I think they are words that are absolutely, absolutely true. And seeing you all here this evening is a source of real pride. The honorees today, obviously I congratulate all of you. You're being honoured for your outstanding business leadership, but also in your active interest in your Irish heritage. And your success obviously brings credit to you and to your work and your families, but also very much to the wider Irish community in the US. And we're living in incredibly difficult and complex and changing and unpredictable times in the global environment. And at a time like this, it is incredibly important and it's really heartening to see that the close business links between Ireland and the US continue to thrive and continue to strengthen. And we need, I guess, to recommit and to commit ourselves to making sure that that continues. Just one example, 650 Irish-owned companies in this country employ over 100,000 people across all 50 states. And that number has doubled in the last 20 years. And that is due to the work that all of you in this room have put into that relationship and have put into the economy. Ireland, amazingly, is the 7th largest investor in the US, and when we think again about our tiny, tiny country at the edge of Europe, 5 million people, and think about the size of this country and the size of this economy, I think we can be incredibly proud of that figure. And as all of you will know as well, obviously US direct investment in Ireland has been an incredibly important driver of the Irish economy. I think something like 64% of the FDI stock in Ireland comes out of US investment. And so that two-way relationship and that mutually enforcing economic relationship has been incredibly important and will continue to be incredibly important. And this is a year that we are marking 100 years of diplomatic relations between Ireland and the US. And one of the things I think that we can never forget is that the US was one of the first nations in the world to recognize us, to recognize Ireland as a fledgling nation, taking its place amongst the nations of the world. And I think in that context, a message that we give all the time to our US partners and interlocutors is at that moment, that decision by the US to recognize Ireland was a really crucial moment in cementing our independence and our self-determination. And all of you know here, that 100 years has had periods of time where it's been a really, really tough, difficult nation-building effort in Ireland, but that support from the US, and of course, particularly, and Neil, you've been centrally involved in this, the support for the US, from the US for the peace process on the island of Ireland and the continued support 26 years after the Good Friday Agreement has been incredibly important. We have 30 million, thank you. We have 30 million Americans today, 9% of the population of the US claiming Irish heritage. And that's an incredibly important relationship, and that each one of those 30 million people are individuals and belong to communities that we want to cherish and that we want to continue to support and want to continue to maintain relationships with. Our Consulate General team here in New York, very ably led by Helena, our Consul General here, and also our state agencies, Tourism Ireland, Enterprise Ireland, IDA, Board BIA, will continue to work with all of you to enhance those ties, to enhance our economic partnerships, to enhance our people-to-people partnerships, and develop common prosperity to the advantage of both our countries. We've had that for 100 years. We hope that can continue for at least another 100 years. And let me just very briefly say, in terms of the two people who will be speaking tonight, I know that there are very few people in this room who have given more thought to the future well-being of the US-Ireland relationship than Brian Ruane, and we in the Department of Foreign Affairs have long valued his advice and his guidance. And his service to the community in the US has been really outstanding, and that goes across a number of roles. His role on the board of directors of the Irish-America Partnership, his involvement with the Ireland for Finance International Advisory Committee, and it's really, really fitting that he will be honoured here this evening and will deliver a keynote address. So Brian, thank you so much for all your work. And I also want to equally applaud Helen Doody, who's our other keynote speaker, for her service. I know that she plays not only a leadership role in Abbey Capital, but is also on the North American Advisory Board for the Michael Smurfit Business School and UCD, and also is a hugely committed supporter of children's health in many, many forms. So Helen, again, thank you so much for your service and leadership. So I think with honorees and friends like this, and with honorees and friends like all of you in this room, we can continue, I think, looking to the future of the Ireland-US relationship, whatever the ups and downs of that and whatever the headwinds of that, with incredible confidence. And again, on behalf of the Government of Ireland, I'm so proud and so honoured to be here this evening with all of you. A huge thank you to all of you for all your work. Keep it up. We'll continue to need your support and guidance in the years ahead. Thank you.